What's up, guys? Welcome back. So in the past video, one of you asked me my opinions and thoughts on weed. So, I'm not here to preach to you and tell you never smoke again, but I do have a couple of reasons why I abstain from smoking marijuana. Now, the first reason is I have no idea if it is good or bad for you. I know how it works, the THC, but I don't know if inhaling plant matter or smoke or whatever you roll it up in, Black and Milds, is good for your body, okay? Now, the second reason is, when I smoked in the beginning, I've probably smoked 6-7 times, a handful of times, and I've only had one good experience, and every other time was miserable. I couldn't wait for it to end. Now, I believe that there were some positives to smoking. If you have never smoked before, I don't know if you should, but when I smoked, I look at my beliefs as like an onion, and you can peel an onion and it has layers and you can get to the core. Now, when you grow up, by the time you're 18 years old, you have a humongous onion brain that has all these layers and convictions that you've been taught by your parents, your community, your friends. You believe in a certain God, probably. You believe this and that, how the world works. And when I smoked, I was confronted with all my convictions. And I was like, holy shit. I don't know how can I believe all this stuff? I just saw it from a different perspective. And if you think about life is all about perspective. You are a consciousness. When you come into the world, the Greeks call it tabula rasa. You're just a blank slate. And from there, everything that your opinions you form are from your perspective and the outside forces acting upon you. Now, back to what happened to me 4 or 5 months after smoking. I suffered through a deep depression, more, mentally. And if you look up the word depersonalization, I'm going to try my best to explain it, but it was a feeling of anxiety, a feeling of aloneness in the world. Like there was a black cloud over my head at all times. Like the world was tinged with darkness. And I wanted that to end because my whole life up until this point was not like that. Now, it also caused me to be a little more anxious. When I was talk to people in conversation, I would think they would know my thoughts almost. And they would be judging me very critically about what I was going to say. And I kept questioning myself. I felt a loss of control. Now, maybe you guys are like, this dude's fucking crazy. I've never experienced anything like that. But I think if there is some underlying stuff, maybe schizophrenia, maybe anxiety, I think that weed has a potential to kind of bring that forth. Now, maybe it's just a realization of all the stuff you believed and the shock being galvanized into, holy shit, maybe I'm a little off in my religious beliefs or the way I think about the world, right? And that can be depressing once you let go of some of that stuff. I would just be cautious, guys, with it. Be very cautious. And if you have had that experience, maybe it is because you keep smoking weed that you're experiencing this deep depression. And the very third reason that I do not smoke is because, and this is probably the biggest reason, if it was healthy, if it did nothing for my brain, I would not smoke because of my time. Peter Drucker, know thy time. Socrates, know thyself. And I know that whenever I decide to partake in a vice, whether that be porn, whether that be too much sex, too much alcohol, too much marijuana, it is that I am aimless. The reason that we have vices is because if we're honest with ourselves, we're aimless. Seneca, in his book, The Shortness of Life, he says that life is not short if you know how to live. Life is long. He says, but many people spend their time on frivolous activities. And a frivolous activity is something that doesn't contribute to your ideal of a good life, that doesn't contribute to your goals that you have set out before you. Back to the aimlessness. Now, maybe you consider getting high a form of a good life. And the thing I think about drugs is that you can be doing nothing and feel good. It gives you a good feeling instead of going outside and taking a walk, instead of opening up a book and really concentrating, instead of engaging in conversation or going to the gym or eating healthy food. Drugs give you a satisfying feeling on another level without having to do anything, right? When's the last time you were bored? Maybe you were a kid and you're putting time out, that's boredom, but I haven't been bored. I can fill my life with so much stuff, right? There's video games. Whenever you're bored, video games or porn, whatever. We are oftentimes aimless, and what do we turn to? Instead of doing the hard thing, what we know we should do, when we should do it, we turn to advice. And one of the things that meditation has really taught me is that I'm never bored. When you learn to meditate, you learn to have fun by doing nothing. Nothing is fun, right? Being alive is fun. And you don't always need to feel that void, but drugs do that. So just so you know, guys, question yourself, question your intentions. I think that's the most important thing. Why am I doing what I'm doing? All right? Those are my reasons. Let me know what you think. I'm not saying that I still hang around people that smoke, and I don't judge them. I don't care. I have my life. It's my responsibility, and I choose to abstain from that. So let me know what you think. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment. Love to hear from you guys. You have no idea. I love when you give me video suggestions. It's crazy. I love it. So I'll see you soon. Peace.